Hey guys, it's Rushdie here. How are you all doing? Welcome back to the channel. I've got a video today where I want to go over just like a few bits and bobs that I'm working on personally as a Street Fighter 5 Ken player. We've done a few live streams now and I've really struggled to get back into the grind, but it's been good. It's been good for two reasons. One, because I've had to really, dig deep to get back into the rank mindset, and it's been tough, and I've beaten good players, I've lost to a lot of bad players, but that is just pretty much down to the strengths and weaknesses that I have as a player, and we're working on it, and that's the entire point of this journey. We're just trying to improve as a player while we're going about our day-to-day business. So yes, playtime is limited, but I'm not going to use that as an excuse. I accept that is a fact before I go into this this grind, this streaming schedule. So I accept that these are the circumstances that I am put in, so to speak. So it's not a big deal. The other thing as well about the streaming and the difficulties I've had while streaming is that, how can I best word this? Like, I mentioned it to a few friends of mine, but I put a great deal of pressure on myself because I put so much Ken tech out there. It's kind of assumed, I think, even I'm assuming that people assume that I'm really good at the game, and that's not true. I don't really play Street Fighter 5 the best in terms of like Ken play. I'm not a very mix-up heavy or like condition heavy player. I'm a very reactive counter play sort of Ken, if that makes sense. I'm kind of waffling now, but and what happened is when I was streaming, I got very frustrated because of the lag and also the fact that I wasn't getting the results I expected. But I think that's the key point here. I wasn't getting the results I was expecting. Well, then in that case, I was setting my expectations way too high. They were unrealistic, and I think that actually grounded me quite a lot, and it brought me back to a level where I was like, right, you are stuck in Diamond League for a particular reason. It's because you don't play enough and you don't lab hard enough to progress enough. And the weaknesses you have only slowly been worked on, so it kind of made me feel better actually. I thought to myself, you know what, I'm grinding at my own pace and we will get there, it'll just take a bit longer. But what I do like about this process is I actually think that as a Ken player and my style, people say to me my style's not efficient, but it does work really well, especially against particular opponents. So it's not all bad news, to be fair, and like the wins I get are very convincing, and then the losses are usually either all down to matchup knowledge or lack of matchup knowledge, or it's because I've screwed up at the very last moment in a round. I made a bad choice, or I didn't block a mix-up, or just a bad input because of tilt. So I can live with that, to be fair. So I'm quite happy with where I am. So that's just the introduction into why I'm kind of doing this. The other reason why I'm doing this is because the streams haven't gone well because of lag. I'm not sure if it's my end or what yet, so I'll spend a week playing off stream just to see how the lag improves. So hopefully we'll be back for next Wednesday, another stream, and hopefully we can actually get some ranked games in. But overall happy where I am. I just hope the online improves so we can actually get some proper gameplay in and continue improving. So that's the introduction, guys. So I'm just going to go over a few things that I'm working on personally, and hopefully the things that I'm working on myself can help you with your gameplay. So let's get straight into that now. Okay guys, the first thing I want to talk about is frame traps. Now this is really basic stuff, but I want to go over a number of things that I've kind of been working on, experimenting with, and bear in mind this stuff is like super critical. So this is some of this stuff's not going to work if it's laggy, basically, because you're not going to be able to implement it properly. But I want to look at something I found. I was working on this quite a while ago and I couldn't find a way to use this, but let me show you now. So let's set the opponent to guard, and we're going to do 3-frame mash reversal timing. There we go. Now to blow up a button, a 3-frame, when Ken is +2, he has not limited options, but he doesn't have the best way to do this, especially if he's pushed out of range as well. So the common way is to frame trap off of a 3-frame from a +2 situation. So +2 are his light punches, his medium punches. It will be the light or medium into back medium punch. That's one frame trap for 3 frame, crouch and light punch, back medium punch works as well. Why that's good as well is you can tick throw. Crouch and light punch into throw is good, and back medium punch. These have to be instant, there can't be any delays for this to work. Crouch and medium punch, back medium punch is another one, and you can, well, I don't recommend it, but you can get stand medium punch, back medium punch, but that's not very common. But it does work. So that's how to frame trap with Ken off a +2 situation if the opponent is using a 3 frame button. Now, that's common knowledge, that's real basic Ken stuff, but what I've been looking at is ways to frame trap from 2 buttons into a 3rd button and to frame trap. And I've spoken about strings like tell arches. There's another string you can use to frame trap, and it's a manually timed frame trap where it's 2 light punch into light kick, like that. So 2 lights staggered into light kick, and then you can cancel. That's another one, but that's not auto timed. If you mash it fast, it's a true string. But if you add a delay, that's quite good actually. It's very good, and that's actually a good way to frame trap. Because every button in that sequence is a frame trap. Like the delay into the second light punch, that's a frame trap, and the stand light punch to stand light kick, that's a frame trap as well. But you can't really convert off a single light kick. So you can do stuff like the light kick into EX fireball, keeps you safe, and it continues the pressure as well. So yeah, I was talking about 2 lights into back medium punch. Now, I was really struggling to find a way to use this, but I may have found an answer. So 2 lights in the back medium punch. Problem with this is pushback. You see there, the back medium punch isn't connecting. But what I found is if you do 2 crouch and light punches into back medium punch, and they have to be a shoestring, no gap, no delay, it's got to be instant. You can do a back medium punch and instantly do heavy punch, and the target combo should hit. I think it works in the corner, I'm not sure about mid screen. Ah, there we go, so it does work mid screen. Now you have to commit to the heavy punch, because if you don't do the heavy punch, watch what happens. Sorry, if you don't do the heavy punch instantly, it whiffs. Now that would be a typical chin buster confirm there off the single back medium punch. That sort of timing. So you have to commit to the heavy punch. But why this is difficult is because if you commit to the heavy punch and they block the entire string, then it's obviously going to be unsafe. So this has to be a chin buster EX fireball situation. Like that. Now, in the corner, it gets better because you get the follow-up. You get the heavy punch DP, or EX TATSU if you want to spend one more bar. Why you'd want to use this string is where you recognise the opponent is pressing a button after the second block normal. Now, hands up, I'm bad for this. If somebody does 2 lights or 2 buttons, so the typical Akuma crouch and medium punch pressure, I have a habit of going to back medium punch to challenge it, purely because I expect them to walk up to me. And I'm thinking, well, you're kind of out of range, so let me try and stop the walk up. But they can frame trap you further if you're not careful, because the crouch and medium punch for Akuma is +3, so they can continue the frame trap after the medium punch and convert into damage. Well, this is a way for Ken to do that exact same thing. You have to dedicate yourself to doing the light, but you're doing light back medium punch, and you're instantly doing back medium punch into heavy punch EX fireball. It is a gung-ho approach, but it's a good way, especially clutch situations at the end of a round to close out rounds. It's really powerful, especially if you recognise the opponent is pressing buttons towards the end of long strings. I think this is really good, and I'm going to try adding this into my game in those situations where I can recognise them. Previously, I was trying, like I said, I was trying delay, I was trying jab, delay, jab, and this was not working because of the delay, but that's a way to get around it. Interesting enough as well, if you do stand light punch, I don't know if it'll work with Ryu actually. Oh, he whiffs anyway, so So if you do light punch, stand light punch, the pushback is greater on this. It actually puts you out of range of a lot of normals. So what you can do here is you can use the light to push you out, and then crouch and medium kick for a whiff punish confirm. Now the gap between the light punch, that's a true string, but the second light punch into crouch and medium kick is a 4-frame gap. So that will frame trap characters like Nash, Ken, Guile, I said Ken didn't I? Nash, Ken, Guile, Alex for example, that don't have 3 frames. But it works on Akuma. So if you do stand light punch, and Akuma mashes the light punch after Ken's second light punch. Remember, Akuma's 3 frame is his stand light punch, which has really good range. That actually will whiff punish the light punch. But there is a timing to it. Pretty good. So there's 2 situations there. You can generate the whiff normal and whiff punish it with crouch and medium kick into something. Like if you, in V trigger, this is mad powerful. You get that confirmed in V trigger 1. But against characters where you just want a frame trap, that's useful. So that's not something I actually added to my game yet, but it's something I want to add very soon. Okay, next bit of tech. Okay guys, so this is really basic stuff, yeah, but I'm trying to practice it more. I'm trying to clean up my inputs with this. So I don't really use normals in the fireball outside of crouch and medium kick. So I often do like frame traps, and if I don't feel confident on the crouch and medium kick confirm, I'll just end in fireball. And you can even see there, the crouch and medium kick fireball at max range doesn't actually combo. Yeah, that range. It's weird actually. That range, yeah. EX fireball should, but crouch and medium kick and regular fireball generally doesn't combo. But I don't use crouch and medium punch fireball, which is much better now because there's less pushback on the crouch and medium punch. It combos most of the time. And the best one is stand medium punch fireball. Now bear in mind, Ken's fireball is -6 on block. Yeah, so it is punishable. A lot of CAs can punish this even at range. Ken can punish this on block very easily with CA, and his EX TATSU as well, especially his V trigger 1 EX TATSU. So what I've started to do now is I've started to do fireball do the normal into fireball a lot as like a poke. But where I've got CA, look at my inputs there. This is the stand medium punch into heavy fireball, and then I'm buffering CA afterwards. Now why I'm doing that is because if I see the fireball connect, I will do the full CA input to cancel the fireball on hit into CA, and this is proving really powerful for me. It's really helping me close out rounds that I normally wouldn't. A typical example would be like a -2 situation for the opponent. So where I'm +2, but they've put themselves in that situation, often I'll walk out of the range of the throw because they will try and tech my throw. So just jog your memory here. They're -2, but they've put themselves in that situation. It's a bit like this. Bat medium punch. You wouldn't do this anyways. This isn't exactly what I'm talking about, but that's a -2 situation there. So let's say I do stand medium kicks better actually. Let's say I do stand medium kick and then I'm trying to delay tech to catch Ryu throwing me. It's a bit like Ryu doing solar plexus. If Ryu does solar plexus, generally Ryu players will try and block then tech to cover me throwing them in their -2 situation. But if you do a slight wall back, you'll cause their throw to whiff. But what I'll do here is I'll cause their throw to whiff, crouch and medium kick fireball. So I can try and set this up. Let's see. Let's see if I can do this to emulate it. Let's try that. I think I might have to delay it a bit more. Let's try again. Let's try that. So I gotta be a bit closer. Perfect, yeah. So that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to cover the block. So if I press a light punch, see how he blocks? But if I throw, he techs. Now watch this. Oops. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That said, I cheated on the inputs there. I did crouch and medium kick, fireball, quarter circle forward, kick. Now let's try and clean the inputs up, because I'm trying to master the inputs of doing the fireball, quarter circle forward, kick. And the reason I do that is because it ensures you get the CA, because sometimes you might do fireball and then try and buffer the second quarter circle forward into kick. That's the input. Quarter circle forward punch, quarter circle forward kick. That's not too reliable if you're late on the second quarter circle forward. So if you do fireball, double quarter circle forward kick, you ensure the CA will come out. So let's try that again now. Shit. Gotta move back a little bit more. There you go, that's better. Crouch and medium kick, quarter circle forward punch, full CA input, kick. That ensures you get the CA after the fireball, and this is a massive thing for me. This is probably the main thing I've been working on of late that has started to materialise in my gameplay, and I'm really happy to see it. So it's little changes like that you add to your gameplay that help you close out those rounds. And even stray, I'm talking about like stray hits. So let's just say the opponent dashes and I get medium punch fireball. Let's just say I just catch them with the medium punch. You can do the same thing there as well, and that works. Very good. Right, I'm going to show you some combos as well now. Some stuff that's gone for Ken, some stuff that still works that should be considered. Rightio guys, so the next part of this video is some combos that no longer exist in the game now with Ken. They've been taken out because of, not been taken out, but they don't exist because of pushback changes and things. So I think with the first combo, it's his, I think it's the pushback on stand light punch. Let's have a quick look on V trigger. There we go. I had to change the graphics settings because I was getting some slowdown in the early recordings, so should hopefully be better now. Right, so V trigger 1, stand heavy punch crush counter in the corner. There was a combo Ken could do where he got light punch DP into EX TATSU, and it no longer exists. I think I found this from memory, but it doesn't really matter anyway. The combo wasn't optimal, it was just really cool looking, but it was stand heavy punch crush counter, crouch and light kick, stand light punch into light punch DP EX TATSU. Now that no longer works, and I think the reason for that is because the pushback is less on the light punch. I think, I'm not entirely sure, maybe it's more, I don't know, but it doesn't work. You cannot get that to work, and you could do CA as well, and the CA doesn't work either. Try it again. It whiffs, and that used to connect as well, just the light punch DP into CA. It's not optimal, it's not a big deal, but I thought it's worthwhile mentioning that doesn't exist. There is another combo that doesn't exist as well anymore, and I think there was a subscriber that mentioned this. Now, there is a way to get this combo, but you can't get it off the stand heavy punch anymore. Again, not a massive deal because it's not a major combo for Ken, but it is the stand heavy punch into light punch chin buster with a delay into medium kick TATSU EXDP. So let me just show you the combo without the crush counter first. It's this one. It's big damage that is, and it's good stun as well. You could do the exact same combo off stand heavy punch crush counter, but if you try now, I'll try it again, it doesn't seem to work. Nah, see, if you add the delay, you see how he props up? Not as high, he doesn't bounce as high with the crush counter. It doesn't connect. Now you could do that before, and you can't. And it's not a big deal because you still get, I think Ken's optimal crush counter combo in this situation is still that medium punch, medium kick TATSU EXDP. That's the most damage I think Ken gets with one bar, I believe. 288. yeah, I think it is the best one. In the corner, it's going to be the Bat Medium Punch EX Fireball, like your TATSU Heavy Punch DP. That's still optimal in the corner, and you can spend 2 bars there by using EX DP. But yeah, the only way to get that combo now is to do Crouching Medium Punch, Bat Medium Punch, and add a delay before the second hit of Chin Buster. So it's actually more optimal as a stun. Actually no, it doesn't really matter as a stun combo. The combo does more stun, but obviously the stun combo, it makes no difference. But if you look at the 2 combos I'll show you now, say if your opponent's stunned, that is 3, 4, 7, 5, 4, 5. But this does the same damage. Same damage, it does a little bit more stun, but if the opponent's already stunned, then the stun makes no difference. It's not important. But it's good to know that is optimal. Just to clarify this as well, nothing to do with that combo. Ken's optimal stun combo when in V-Trigger 1 with 1 bar is not this combo. It's not that. It's actually jump, stand, heavy punch. Jump, heavy punch, stand, heavy punch, light punch DP, EX DP. It's a little bit more damage. So people forget that with V-Trigger 1, that's more optimal. Okay, so that's the combo stuff out the way. I'm just trying to think what else to show. What's much else? I don't think there is really. I'm just going to show one last little thing, so I don't want to make the video too long. This may be tricky because it's quite a difficult combo to do. Alright, okay, let's show the fun stuff. Yeah, we'll show the fun stuff. Last but not least, guys, let's look at some cool stuff with Ken now. So this one's going to be the hardest one to do. It's a crush counter combo that there's no real reason to use it other than the fact that I've never seen it done before. It's pretty tricky to do as well. You need to do a stand heavy kick crush counter, so it's probably best to do this off a whiff deep, well, a blocked DP. But you need to be close as well to the opponent. So you do a stand heavy kick crush counter into V skill. And you have to light kick TATSU super duper late to get this. Now, I'm going to try it. I'm probably going to mess it up a few times. But the idea is, you get the light kick TATSU to land super late, but close range. Close enough to get heavy punch DP off of the light kick TATSU. It actually is optimal. To be fair, this is actually optimal. It's hard to do because it has to be close range. But, okay, let's go back. Stand heavy kick crush counter into V skill. The optimal combo here is heavy punch DP, 208. If you're close range and you do stand heavy kick crush counter, okay, it's less damage. Okay, it's less damage. Alright, fair enough, it's less damage. But that is tough to do because the light kick TATSU has to land really deep to get 2 hits to allow for the heavy punch DP connection link juggle. But that's not the cool thing about this combo. Now, you may have seen something similar that I've done. Right, let me see if I can get this. I'm impressed that I got that first time. Let's try this first time as well. No, that's what normally happens with this combo. I didn't believe. Not optimal, purely just for coolness, but I think that looks awesome, man. So the idea there is like the light kick TATSU 2 hits is the hard part, but it allows you to get heavy punch DP 1 hit, which you can V trigger cancel, and it gives you this perfect distance to get EX Fireball into the EX TATSU. You can do EX DP as well, I think, probably nearer the corner, but the EX TATSU looks cooler. Very nice combo. And where that idea came from was, so this is a shimmy combo with V-Trigger 1, and I think it's optimal as well. It's pretty good. So say if you go for the stand heavy punch shimmy and you've got V-Trigger stocked, this is pretty optimal and pretty good looking as well. So you go for the shimmy, stand heavy punch, like your TATSU, 1 hit heavy punch DP, and you get the exact same follow up. Now yeah, it's a lot of meter, I don't disagree with you, but it's very cool looking. Nearly 300 damage, 2-bar. I don't think there's any way to get anything else quite as optimal. I don't think so. I was trying to think. You could do... I don't think that actually works. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird on this. Which way is he falling? So he's falling to the right still. I don't know if that will work. Yeah, it's pretty tricky that. You could do like TATSU V-trigger cancel into light punch DP, EX DP. Less meter, but less damage. But yeah, I like that stand heavy punch shimmy, V-trigger one specific combo. I suppose the optimal thing actually would be, once you get the shimmy, cancel into fireball, and then do some kind of follow-up. Probably EX fireball actually. That's probably more optimal, but it's not generally a typical thing you do, the stand heavy punch into EX fireball V-trigger cancel. Not normal that. But yeah, a cool combo anyway, for you guys that I've never seen that before, the heavy kick TATSU version, so it's pretty cool. What else? So you guys have probably seen me doing this on stream as well. Oh, you know, I've actually forgotten some tech. We'll do that in the next bit, and then we'll go on to the last bit of tech. I've got a mix-up that you may have seen on stream. Okay guys, so I said I've got a bit of tech for you that I actually forgot to add at the beginning of the video, just remembered now. Should write this down. A long time ago I mentioned about using, I'm trying to think, what was it? It was target combo into step kick activation. I use this a lot, so I'll often do line breaker into step kick and activate, or I'll do chin buster into activate. Is it optimal? I'm trying to think. I think it's common. I don't want to say it's optimal, it's common. It's common to do this though. Now, there's a number of things you can do after this. If you want really good Oki, it's best just to do the heavy kick TATSU. That gives you awesome Oki and corner carry. Really good. But the damage isn't amazing, 225. If you want to spend meter in that situation, I'll recommend not to use EX TATSU unless you're close to the core, unless you're like mid-screen. The reason not to use EX TATSU is the Oki sucks. If you're in that situation, the Oki's terrible. You're probably better off going for EX DP. But the more optimal solution here is to do light punch DP, EX DP. That's more damage. Only by a smidgen, but it's more damage. So you go into light punch DP after the step kick activation and into the EX DP. Now I gave some bad advice here, very bad advice, and I mentioned to do a delayed light kick TATSU into EX DP. It just looked cool, but it's not really great. So that looks like this. I never use it anymore now. It's really hard to time as well. There you go. Now that does pretty crap damage. It's not worth it. Now I saw Just do this and I was like, damn, that actually works. So if you don't have the meter and you want more damage, so I think line breaker step kick into heavy kick TATSU was 225 damage. But good Oki, 225, yeah. You can do, after the activation of both target combos into step kick, light punch DP, heavy punch DP. Why did I not know this until now? That's mad. So I use this all the time now when I go for this activation. Instant light punch DP into heavy punch DP. It gives you a little bit more damage. The Oki is not quite as good as heavy kick TATSU, so it really depends on what you want to go for. But it's better than the EX TATSU Oki, but the damage is better. So that's what's important here. So again, it works for this situation as well. Chin buster. You do an instant light punch DP into heavy punch DP. But again, if you want to spend meter, light punch DP into EX DP. That's much more damage. So just a quick tip there that I've covered before, but I didn't realise that existed. So that's a really good tip as well. Right, on to the fun stuff. Okay guys, so we need counter hit on for this one. Yeah, it's on. Interestingly enough, after an XDP, when you're in V-Trigger 1, there actually is a more optimal 1-bar combo, crush counter combo. I'm trying to think what's the... So the 1-bar combo we normally use is stand heavy punch into chin buster, light punch DP, EX DP, 339 damage. But there is a more damaging combo, which is crouching heavy punch. It's a little hard to master, but I think it actually is worth learning. You do crouching heavy punch into medium kick TATSU, and you do like a cross cut light punch DP into EX DP. And that does 347 damage, which is interesting. I'll show you again. You've got to really land that light punch DP super like late, and even the EX DP, you land it as late as possible. If you do it too early, the damage for some reason is a bit less if you watch. Oh, it's the same. I'm sure it does change. There you go, so 312. So it's very timing specific to get the 347. To get the light punch DP, if you watch the inputs, you have to do look at the inputs I did there. I held back and I rolled to down, forward, and light punch. You do a half circle forwards with the direction Ken's, half circle forwards with the direction Ken is facing, that he does the crouching heavy punch. Let's just go back to the other combo and let's see what the damage is. Yeah, 339, so it's slightly more damage. It looks cool, which is the whole point of this section, but it actually is more damage as well, so it's worthwhile looking into that, man. So that's a good crush counter punish. So if you get a DP done that isn't like an EX DP where you can neutral jump punish, that's a good one to use, crouching heavy punch, specific for V-Trigger 1. I don't know if it works outside of V-Trigger 1, let's try that. So you get the juggle. You're not going to get the double DP there. Probably makes no sense to go for that at all. But it exists. It's good to know that that's pretty good in V-Trigger 1. Next bit of tech I've got for you. This is why I remembered the target combo step kick stuff. So you may have saw this in stream. It's just a stupid mix-up really. If the opponent quick rises, let's say you confirm 9 breaker and you go into V skill, you can actually do a cross-up TATSU here. After the V skill, if you do medium to TATSU, that crosses up. Now, you don't get stupid damage off of it, but it is a cheeky little thing to do. If they back rise, you are screwed. You can end up in front of them, and it won't hit as well, it won't connect. So it is a read, and it is a bit dumb, but again, this is the fun stuff section. So why this is cool is because you get a lot of cool V-Trigger combos. I actually don't know what's optimal here. Let's just... That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Okay, so you get EXTP there. How much damage did that actually do? So 105. 105 had 184, so 289. What would I get here for just spending 1 bar VX? So it is more damage, to be fair, but could you get more off it? That's the question. Let's see what happens in V-Trigger. Let's see if it even works in V-Trigger 1 first. Nah, it's a little faster. Just Trying to think. So where this is cool, where this becomes actually interesting, is when you've got V trigger 1. You can do all sorts of crazy combos after it. Stuff like that, which is a ridiculous amount of bar to spend, but it's good damage actually. What else can you do? Don't think that works. That works. So yeah, you can do that. Like it the heavy kick TATSU. You can do medium punch DP, EX fireball, EX TATSU. That works as well. It's a little less damage. So the most damage you'll get out of this is if you do heavy punch DP, 2 hits, EX fireball, EX TATSU. That's the most damage you'll get out of this situation. What I found is, and this is a bit mad, if you V-trigger cancel, you can do another like it TATSU. So if you V-trigger cancel, so you do medium kick TATSU, then you do like it TATSU, and you V-trigger cancel, and then you do a like it TATSU back the other way to cross up again. And the cross up is very meaty. So let's look at the advantage on quick rise. I completely missed that. Plus 12, that's a lot of plus frames, and you end up crossing up if they quick rise. If they back rise, I don't know what happens. Let's see what happens. Oh no, so they have to quick rise first. That's why this is not a good idea to use this. But as mentioned, it's just the fun stuff. So back recovery, I think that was plus 17. So if they're plus 12. What could you do? What ridiculousness could you do here? Trying to think. There's so many things you could do. So many ridiculous things you could do. I think the best damage is going to be, you know, let's put him in the corner as well. That is very interesting. Let me think. What's a really damaging combo that would work here? So plus 9. I think I know what I want to go for. But I want to go for something a little bit more flashy. Stand heavy punch, maybe crush counter. Yeah, we'll go for that because that's going to be ridiculous damage. So I'll put them in the corner. This poor old soul. They're going to quick rise both times. I'm probably going to mess it up the first time, but let's have a look and see. So I need to switch it to. So I need them to wake up buttons basically. So set wake up option to on. Let's just see what he does. Perfect. Typical Ryu player. No shots fired. Let's try this again. So yeah, you can see there it's not really powerful because you're relying on two things to happen. You're relying on the cross-up hitting first and then also them guessing correctly the second time. But let me just check that again actually. Where did he end up? If they back rise after on the second wake up. Oh, so you still end up on the other side. That's interesting. So you don't fake cross up. So even if they quick rise, you still end up behind them. That's an interesting thing, you know, because commonly. So if I show you this, so quick rise, V trigger 1. If they quick rise, you end up behind them, and if they back rise, you end up in front. That's what normally happens. But this setup, if they back rise, you still end up behind them, and you're plus in both situations. But you're heavily relying on this working, which is stupid because this is. I actually don't know how negative this is on block, so I'd have to. How am I going to do this? All right, Give the guard. Guard, or make sure there's no guard recovery options on. -3. Okay, so it's not very easy to punish that. Interesting, interesting. I might just start using this for the sake of it. Again, like I said, the fun stuff. So that's a new find. That's a new find that I found. That's what I meant to say. A new find that I found. A cheeky reset. It doesn't belong in higher league play because higher league players don't play like that. Hashtag I'm lying. But it's cool anyway. It's more of a styling thing. It's not actually anything worthwhile learning, but just nice to know it exists. And you may even skank someone with it, and you'll skank them and you'll be laughing afterwards. You'll just think, you'll sit back in your chair and you'll be thinking, damn man, that Rush G is a funny dude, if you land it. So if you do land it, clip it, send it me, because I want to see it. Guys, I'm going to leave it there. I think that's pretty much, it doesn't sound like much, does it, I've been working on, but trust me, these things have been really big for me, and I'm trying to continuously add these things into my Ken play. Not my matchup tech, not my overall knowledge, just improving my Ken knowledge. So we're getting there slowly. I'm enjoying the journey, and that's kind of where we are. So I thought, you know, share the knowledge, share the love, let you know where I am with my Ken play, and just continue working on things. I'm still working on my counter hit confirms, set conditioning and things. Those are the more important things, and the matchup tech, but that comes a lot slower, I find, as time goes on. So guys, I'm going to leave it there. Hope you enjoyed that bit of tech, a bit of waffling. I'm good at doing that. Because there's going to be no lessons learned and highlights this week because the stream was so laggy, just expect there to be some highlights, some match highlights. I'm going to be playing a little bit over this week, so there'll be some match highlights, just Ken, typical Ken highlights at some point on the weekend, I would like to think. So look out for them as well, guys. But I hope you're enjoying the content. I noticed the streams and the lessons learned and highlights aren't too popular right now, and if that is because you're not enjoying it, just please let me know, and I can look at other approaches to the channel. We've definitely changed the way we're going about things at the moment, and coronavirus has definitely affected it, but I'm always keen to hear your thoughts. So guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this video, a bit different today, and we'll catch up soon as always. So take care, and yeah, see you hopefully in a stream soon.